here's a question for you as you listen to these presidential candidates make their promises. What's more important to you, personality or pocketbook issues? Because that answer may well determine the result of this election. All that talk about joy and good vibes from last week notwithstanding, a new poll shows that the economy is a major issue for 83% of likely voters. The price of things, housing, taxes, may be what ultimately tips the scales toward the winning candidate. And the voters are not too hot on the economy right now, with more than 60% rating the economy as bad. Further storm clouds for Harris, many voters do not believe that the price of goods will go down if she wins. It's bad enough that the dollar doesn't go as far as it did just 4 years ago. Add to that the distinct possibility that taxpayers may have fewer of those diluted dollars to spend. That's because the Trump tax cuts are sunsetting at the end of next year. And if no action is taken by the president, whomever he or she is, or Congress, the Tax Foundation estimates that 62% of households will see a tax increase. As a result, the candidates are starting to unveil their tax plans. Trump wants to keep the tax cuts and even reduce the corporate tax rate further. Harris wants to raise taxes on the wealthiest Americans and on big corporations. Joining us now is NewsNation's Joe Khalil to break down all these plans. Break it down for us, Joe. Explain it out.
Yeah, well, look, the economy is always going to be an important issue for voters, right, Elizabeth? But the reason that the campaigns are heating up their talk about their own economic plans now is that we actually have some concrete plans. The Harris campaign releasing bits and pieces of their economic vision. We know what Donald Trump's plan is going to be. So now they're messaging both. And we're already seeing a number of ads come out from both sides just in the last 2 days, touting their own plans and ripping apart the other guys. So this is just a little bit of the brand new ad from Kamala Harris and the ad from Donald Trump. Take a listen.
And prices are still too high. When I am elected president, I will make it a top priority to bring down costs. We should be doing everything we can to make it more affordable to buy a home. Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics.
So with that second one, obviously, Donald Trump and his campaign trying hard to remind voters that, look, if you don't like the economy now, Kamala Harris, don't forget, is the incumbent vice president. They say prices on things like food and median house prices are all going up significantly since 2020, which is true. And he's pointing to the fact that she's in office. On the other side, Harris is making the argument, who do you fight for? That's been her mantra, and she points to her tax plan, raising taxes on the top 1% in corporations, while Donald Trump's doing the opposite. So those are the competing visions, the competing mantras now that we're seeing consistently on the campaign trail, Elizabeth.
All right, Joe Khalil breaking it down at the White House. Thank you. And thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.